to spend the time with the folk who've just completed the Overcome Emotional Abuse program. And over the last 8 weeks, it's just been incredible to watch, to listen to the difference that the program has made. So I'm going to read you a couple of, that's not showing up, a couple of the things that people have shared that they have shifted in doing the program, because it's just been incredible to listen and to see what has happened. I'm just going to go into the pictures. So a couple of people shared that boundaries shifted for them. And in this little 10-minute video, I'm going to share with you what it takes to heal from abuse. Because I think that for so many of us, when we didn't learn that in childhood, we don't know how to heal from it. So I want to share with you what it takes and share with you a little bit of what folk who've done the Overcome Emotional Abuse program have created in their lives. Today is the last day for those of you who want to sign up to the program at the spring rate. It's going up in the summer. We start on the 5th of July. Then come and sign up today. It's the last time to be able to do that. So I want to share with you a little bit about what people have gone through and how to overcome it. So firstly, they found that the boundaries had shifted. Somebody shared, my boundaries have got so much better with my family as I work on loving myself and knowing my worth and letting go of the shame and guilt of giving myself needs. And it feels really good to build this safe space for me and occupy it. So one of the things that happens in abuse is that you think that you are not worthy of being loved. So putting boundaries to somebody else feels excruciating because you think, if I put up a boundary, they might reject me and I won't be loved. And the reality is that might well happen because people who are used to controlling, taking over, dominating, not caring about your feelings, as soon as you set in boundaries, they get really angry to knock the boundaries down. So that's one of the things that is essential in overcoming emotional abuse. Another one is that when we've had emotional abuse, we begin to think that we're not lovable, we're not worthy, and nobody cares for us. And one of the essential things is to become proactively interested in who we are as human beings, because we think we're not good enough. And if we're not good enough, we're not going to focus any attention in ourselves. One of the people in the program, I'm just reading the things that they typed today in what they've got out of the program. She said, I'm much more engaged with me. I've not prioritized myself before. And as a result, now I know that I can help heal myself. I'm so grateful to having the knowledge to heal, but so grateful too to opening myself up to accepting and loving myself. It's resulted in me honoring my body and joining the gym. It's made me more empathetic to myself and others, but I'm not needy anymore. I'm able to recognize toxicity and not letting it in. Because when we have had abuse, we're petrified of putting those boundaries up because we might get rejected. And so we feel really needy of wanting other people to meet our needs because we don't know how to meet ourselves. And as we learn how to meet ourselves, we're able to calm our own needs and meet that so we can have healthy connections rather than toxic relationships. If you have any questions as I'm speaking, just post them in the comments and I will come back and answer you. The next thing that is really important is to be a loving witness to ourselves with empathy, with care, with goodness. When we've had emotional abuse, we begin to believe that what we feel doesn't matter. So emotional abuse are things like dismissing, making yourself wrong, mocking yourself, shaming yourself for what you feel, dismissing, denying what you feel. And when you feel like that, it just, when you treat yourself like that, because that's what you've been programmed to do, you feel awful in yourself. And one person shared, Zaria, this course has been a gift. I feel different about myself inside, is softer, cozier, and tender. My voice is much kinder. It used to be harsh and critical and sarcastic. Now it's kind, funny, and less serious. I realize now I was not important to me. Everyone else was, but not me. Now I think, what will honor me? What is truly me? Not, oh, isn't it wonderful that they need me? And when we've been around emotional abuse that's made us think that we're invisible, we constantly overfunction to get other people's needs met, because then they might give us little strokes of love. And the Overcome Emotional Abuse program helps you to know that you are worthy of such good, healthy, loving, that it alters who you want to be around, how you communicate, and how you treat yourself. One person shared, um, when you are feeling secure in yourself, then you're able to know what you're feeling and what you need. This person shared, my intention was to practice better communication in this program, a huge area permeating to all relationships. So I practiced boundary setting. I learned to ask for what I want far more to get my needs met. I'm no longer pushing myself away to avoid conflict with others. And because of that, I'm feeling less depressed, because instead of depressing herself to make herself smaller so that the conflict would disappear, she's standing up taller. And it's been incredible, because she used to hunch down in calls, and now she's standing up strong and being really connected, because she's no longer hiding, because there isn't this feeling of, I'm going to get into trouble, I'm going to get shouted at. She knows that she's worthy of being loved. The next thing is really understanding your body and what is happening in your body, because a lot of people have just had talk therapy, and in talk therapy it just focuses on the brain in the talking areas. So things that are pre-verbal, that are in the hindbrain, in the brain stem, in the amygdala, where the emotional centers are, those are accessed a little bit, but they're not healed as much just with talk therapy. And so in the program, there's a lot of embodied work that goes into noticing your body and working through your body. I don't have the post. Let me see if I can find it. But somebody was sharing about her health anxiety, that she's now able to work through the issues that she has with her IBS and connect with herself and see the different emotions that she feels towards it, so that she no longer is petrified of what's going to happen when she gets IBS. She's able to deal with it with kindness, with calm, with care. It's just been amazing for me to witness the shifts. Hi, Lucy, good to see you. The shifts that other people are having in the Overcome Emotional Abuse program. And today is the last day to be able to sign up at the spring rate. I'll just put the link there. I think it's in the comments above this video too. So if you want to sign up now for that, you'll also get a bonus, 2 little bonuses. I say little, but they are precious, because they'll make such a difference in your life. One is, my friend Vanya is a coach, an eating coach, and she runs a company called Peaceful Eating, where she teaches you to get a healthy relationship to your diet, to food, so that you're no longer obsessing about food. She's coming to do a Zoom call to answer everybody's questions about their relationships to their body image, their weight, and their diet. And then the other thing we're going to be doing is a burning bowl ceremony. And the burning bowl is a beautiful thing where we see what are the toxic things that are no longer serving us in our lives, and we as a community come together to release them. And then we create, what are we wanting to focus on to create for the next few months in our lives? So I've looked at a few of the things that it takes to overcome emotional abuse, and I'm going to just summarize it um, and share one last story of Julia, who shared this. These are her words that she wrote in the program, at the end of the program this week. She said, "The best thing that I've understood from the program," I can actually show it on the screen. Best thing I've understood from the program is to understand that other people's reactions to me are not personal. I've been able to work through the feelings in my marriage, mother relationship, brother relationship, and even work relationships. The shifts have been amazing and improved my confidence dramatically. The ongoing support of the group is that on bad days, there's always somebody there to empathize and be supportive. And on good days, I can empathize and support those having a bad day, understanding that we are all in this together, a family. Joining for me has been the sense of community, knowing that I'm part of something special, and enabled me to work through issues that have limited my choices in life. And it's just been incredible to watch her shifts, because part of the thing of working in a community, of doing healing versus one-to-one work, is you get triggered by what other people are sharing, of going, oh gosh, I had that too. And then you get other people who are going through the same things that you're going through, so you feel supported and cared for along the way. In the program, there are um, over 70 different videos. I'll show you just quickly for a second the different themes that we have. So what it takes to overcome abuse. The first thing is to be able to get safe, because if you leap into the trauma that you've had, you just feel so discombobulated. So there are all sorts of videos in our first week on getting safe. The next is on growing your resilience and your strengths within you, so that you feel able to cope with whatever happens in life, in the past, in the present, and in the future, so that you have the belief, the protection, the support, and encouragement within you to overcome everything. Then week 3, we look at the things that, what it takes to love you, so that you every day walk around feeling loved, knowing you're worthy of love, and you experience what is love. Yesterday on a call, um, this guy said to me that what I had given him is a blueprint to love. No, he didn't say blueprint. He said what I'd given him is the template to love. That anytime he meets somebody, he goes, does this feel like when I'm talking to Zaria? If it doesn't, then he just gently moves himself on. And he said it's been transformational and really magical in his life, because now wherever he goes, he wants to make sure that he has that experience of being around somebody who welcomes him, who cherishes him. And in the program, you get that experience. So you come to know what love feels like in yourself. Then we look at feelings. You know, we haven't been taught at school, university, in our families, for many of us, how to notice feelings, attune to them, process them, express them, meet their needs. So this week is all about that, so that instead of them exploding out, all repressing and manifesting as disease, cancers, heart disease, because we're repressing them, we're able to process them and get our needs met in a healthy way. And then finally, we're able to look at the healing, what it takes to heal ourselves, so that we're able to meet ourselves with goodness and care. And we have this incredible worksheet that takes you through step by step how you can heal the things in your past. Then for those of us who've had especially sexual abuse, physical abuse, or being criticized or bullied for what we look like, in week 6, we look at the body, so that you can assess and work through the self-loathing, the self-hate, and communicate with your body to apologize and repair your body, so that you feel safe and loved and happy in your body. And then we do restorative meditations, regrowing a healthy mother and healthy father in you so you feel protected and nurtured and supported and able to go forth after the program with strength, with love, and able to rewire anything in the past and the future with love and care. And then we look at being proactive rather than destructive so that you go forward into the world being proactively loving to you, proactively engaging with you so that you meet your needs. And then we've got a bonus series of facing the future, looking at parenting and friendship, and communicating with ourselves. You can see there's a variety of different videos. So there are over 70 videos to be able to support you with your needs. And it's a buffet of work so that wherever you're at in your journey, you're able to meet your needs and you're able to work through exactly what is going on in your life. If you've got any questions about the Overcome Emotional Abuse program, send me a message. I'm happy to respond to you. We start on the 5th of July, and if you'd like to join us, sign up today and you'll get it at the spring rate. All right, I think I have shared everything that I wanted to share. More than anything, what I want you to know is that you are so worthy of love and care and goodness. And when you have had emotional abuse, you grow up believing inside that you're not worth it. And when people respond to you with dismissal and negation, it just feels normal because that's what you had. But what I've created, hi Adri, good to see you. What I've created in this program is a space where everybody empathizes with each other. I've just gone through an excruciating time with friends where they've been dismissing or negating or making me wrong for what I was feeling. And because I had the self-esteem to go, I don't want this, I was able to step away and go, I want to be around people who empathize. Lucy, yes, the videos are there, and there is no falling behind in the program because not all the videos are what you need right then. And so some people will spend 3 weeks just in the first videos, just looking at the first week's programs, and that's it. And then they'll go, actually, I'm struggling with communication. So they'll go to the bonus and look at the communication videos. The only thing that I request is that you don't leap into any moments of trauma in your life until you have the capacity to get safe and regulate and calm yourself. You can empathize with yourself and you're able to be responsive to yourself. And you feel a sense of love for yourself because then you can go back into the past and rewire yourself with love. And for some people, they've gone to a lot of therapy and they're able to do that quite fast. And other people have not done therapy or have never done embodied work that works on their trauma. They might have done talk therapy, but not know how to regulate and calm. And so once you've got that capacity, then you're able to but I put no restrictions on it. It's your journey and you've got to trust yourself in what you feel is right for you. Every week we have bingo cards. I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. I just don't want to break anybody's confidentiality. And so I don't tend to go into the program. I know, I can show it. I can show it from my computer rather than the thing. Let me find a bingo card. Where's a bingo card? Then you're able to see what it looks like. But each week I give out a bingo card, and let me find the link, and you can pop in and see this. You can go through the bingo card. Some people like going through the bingo card. Some people like doing so each week you get one of these and you get it in black and white so you can see the different videos that are there, different practices that are there for you to love and look after you. Um, and you can do that in your own time. So some people have printed them out and they've made a little journal and then they tick them off as they go through them. Other people don't like paper and they like just going through the videos as they want. And there is no restriction on how you do the program. There's a buffet of over 70 videos, and you get to tune in and go, this is what I want to focus. So I'll give you an example. As somebody came to the program and said she felt ugly in herself and didn't feel like she would ever feel beautiful. And so her focus was on regulating herself, getting to a place where she was strong in herself, and then focusing really on the body videos. That was what was essential to her, and working through that aspect. Somebody else was focused for this program on a health issue that she wanted to um, work through her health fears. Somebody else was working through communication. Somebody else was working on boundaries. Everybody comes at the stage that they're at. And in the first week, we look at what is the main, I do a meditation in the first week. We look at what is your main thing that you want to transform in your life. And then every week you can come and share, every day, twice a day if you like. You can share in the program. Hey, I've watched this video. This is what I got from it. This is what I'd like to work on next. Which video should I watch? And then other people in the program will share, hey, I did this video for that, and this really helped, because they're people who've been doing the program for a couple of years, and every time they work on another aspect of their life. So they might work on their body image one program, their boundaries another, because otherwise it just gets too overwhelming if you're working on too many things. So there is no behind. There is only your path, your program, and your relationship to it. And that's what matters. There's no imposing for me how much you watch, how much you see. I don't know what your lifestyle is like. I don't know what time commitments you have, what parenting commitments, what work commitments you have. So everybody chooses at the start what is the level of commitment that you've got to be able to give it. Obviously, the more that you share, the more that you respond, the more that you watch, the more that you'll get out of it. And it might just be that you're focusing on one thing, like somebody focused on safety, and she just did those first week's videos for the whole 8 weeks because she felt so anxious and so insecure in herself that she really needed to ground in the safety and didn't feel able. But the videos are there, so she can come back anytime to be able to watch them. And at the end of the program, there's an opportunity to join the community so that you can continue to get that support and care. So you get that for the 8 weeks of the program. And then after that, if you want to carry on to get the support, you're able to do that. If you sign up to the where you pay $77 a month, then you get the community for a year. So it's totally your choice of how you do that. But there's no shaming or no guilt or no upset. People come and go watching the videos. So they might go on holiday for 2 weeks and not do a thing in the program. That's completely okay. The videos are there for you to watch when you're ready. Some people will take the videos on a holiday and just binge watch everything because they're on holiday and they've got the time. It's completely your choice, and there's no pressure. I go through them week by week for those people who like that consistency. There's some folk who are autistic who like knowing exactly what we're doing every week and doing it with the program because they like that rhythm. You're welcome to do that. It's your program and you get to decide how you want to do it. So if you've got any questions, let me know and I'm happy to discuss if it's right for you. We start on the 5th of July, but today's the last day to get it at the spring rate. And it's an utterly incredible journey to see people just transforming. And the biggest thing that, for those of you who are in Home for Restoring Love, you'll know that my focus is on developing empathy, because when empathy is so healing, when we focus on meeting other people without advice, without trying to fix them or change them, and just really meeting their hearts so that they feel loved and cared for in themselves, then they begin to believe in themselves and know that they've got the potential to change. And I want that for every single one of you. You know, sometimes I see the posts in Home for Restoring Love and other places, and I feel such sadness for the pain that you've gone through. And I know the possibility and potential of growing a caring, loving online family that has your back, that cherishes you, that's there for you, um, that helps you to keep accountable. We have weekly calls in the 8-week program that support you, that guide you, that meet you, that coach you through the issues that you're going through. And if you're somebody who wants support, every week we do a love and action call where we have a call and then you go away for an hour, and then we have another call and you go away for an hour. And you can just even type quickly what you're going to be doing in the hour to support you with accountability if you want to get shit done, or if you're wanting to do the healing work, but you want to be able to come back and process with me what's happening, you can come back to the call and share what's there. Hi, Adri. I'm from South Africa, and I really understand. It's hard. I've been looking because I'm from South Africa, been looking at the exchange rate, and it's hard. I really get it, but I think that we're looking at the food here. In South Africa, food looks like it's in some cases more expensive than here. So I really get how hard it is. I've got a friend who's wanted to do it too, and her brother in the UK is wanting to pay for her. Though, what somebody in South Africa has done, which made it more affordable for them, is to pay the monthly installment and join for a year. And that meant for her that £77 wasn't a huge thing because it's less than what she would have paid for a therapy session in South Africa. And she was paying that per month. And that meant it was viable for her that every month she was able to do it and then stay in the program for a year. So check out that and see if that's affordable for you, because it would be lovely to have you with us. So are there any other questions that you have about the program or you'd like to ask me? Because I really want to have your questions answered so that you are clear and you feel met, and you really feel supported in yourself, and you can make a clear decision so that you're able to choose what is right for you. Oh, that's interesting. That I just wondered where everybody is watching this live video from, and it's mostly from my personal page. And I don't often go live on my personal page. I mostly go live in my group, and so it's fascinating that everybody is on my personal page. I should go live there now. It's to do it after the program. It will be £47 a month, or you can pay for a year and for a whole year, and then you get 3 programs for that a year once after the program. So for some people who want to spread the cost over a year of the program and restore, then you can pay 77 a month. So yeah, it's 40. It will be 47 from the end of the summer program. Okay. Any other questions for you before I go? More than anything, I want you to know that you are so worthy of and deserving of love and care and goodness. And so often for us, there was one lady who said she was 40 years old, and she said, I realized that I've lived 40 years with anxiety, with feeling like I don't deserve any good, with feeling like I don't matter. And I'm not going to spend another 40 years feeling like shit. And so I'm going to do the program. I'm going to learn to love myself in a way that my mother could never love me. And I'm going to create the love that I've always wanted. And it does take like a gumption in ourselves to go, I matter. And where can I, for those of us who are struggling, and I know that I've had to do this too, of where am I putting all my resources? There was one lady who was a single mom who came to me and said, it's too much, I can't afford it. And then she said, I looked at it and realized I go out for coffee. I and I go off to the gym and I do other things, but this emotional work is just not a priority for me. And so I might go out for dinner, but this would be like 2 or 3 takeaways a month if you were paying the 77 and some coffees. And she said she just had to pause and go, what matters to me? Where am I investing in my life? Because that's what I'm saying is important. But if I keep saying to myself, my emotional well being isn't important, then I will always feel this sense of emptiness and this sense of frustration. And when I shared with her, because I'm a single mom with 2 kids, she was a single mom with 2 kids, and I shared, I think this program would be great for you. She was so angry and saying, how can you expect me to pay for this? And then she did. And she said, and here's what's special. This year, she came to me and said, I've got so much from the program. I would like to pay for another single mom to do it. And so she anonymously, the single mom doesn't know who she is. She has paid for another single mom to do it because she got so much value from it. And so, but it takes in yourself this sense of, do I want to live the rest of my life like I have, feeling like I'm invisible, like I'm not worth it, like I don't deserve it? Or am I going to say to myself, how am I going to show myself that I matter? How am I going to change this? How am I going to step up for me to let myself know that I matter now, that I'm worth loving? And what am I going to do to take to deserve this? And I had to do that as a single mom. I was struggling financially completely. And I was like, I can see my kids are suffering and I want to break the cycle so that that doesn't happen. And for me to afford it, it was a lot more than this program is. It was thousands of pounds. And I just said, I'm going to find a way to do this because it matters to me to break the cycle so that my kids know that all that they feel is welcome, that I utterly adore them, and that I believe in them and I have their backs and I support them without jealousy or control like I experienced in my childhood. And I just, I went and asked a bank and I said, I want a loan for this. And he said, you don't have enough money to pay back the loan. I'll lose my job. And I just said, please help me. And the man overrid the system to be able to get me to do it because I just knew for myself that I had to do that. And so for me, I know that a lot of people are struggling financially around the world. And I know that you can find a way when it matters. And if it doesn't matter enough now, I don't want you going into debt that makes you anxious and scared and where you can't function. I don't want anybody to stretch themselves to be able to afford something that isn't right for them. I don't want any of you doing that for yourself. But if this goes, this is what I need, and I can feel this is a calling in my soul that I really need to do this for me, then I want you to ask yourself, how? How can I afford this? How can I do this? How can I gift this to me to say, my whole life in the past, I was treated like I don't matter, that nobody cares for me. How can I do it now to let myself know I'm worthy and deserving of this and I'm going to find a way? But I don't want you getting into a place where you're suffering, where you're scared, where you are discombobulated because it's beyond what you can afford and debt scares you. Debt doesn't scare me and it doesn't make me panic. If it does with you, I don't want you doing that. I want you to honor you. And if this program is something that is like, I know that this is for me, like I got an email from somebody that was just so touching who's signed up now and this weekend. And she said she has known for the last couple of times, I want to do Zaria's program, but she was doing other stuff. And then 2 days ago, she woke up and she went, I think I'm ready to do Zaria's program. And then she saw a video and she was like, right, that's what I want. I want, if you know, hey, this is right, and I want to do it because I want to commit to myself and make a difference to me, then leap in and do it because it will make such a difference in your life. And the biggest thing that a few people have shared in the program is that they wish that they had signed up sooner because they kept going, I'm not ready for it. And then they found that they could do it at their pace. They could be loved along the way. And they felt so connected and supported by other people who are on the journey with them. And, you know, the sad thing for me that I see is that people who are in Home for Restoring Love um, tend to be really active. The most active members tend to join the group and then they don't post very much in Home for Restoring Love anymore because they're getting so much out of the connection and the community that we create in this small little bubble of love and care and empathy that they don't go into the big group as much anymore because they're just being so met and held and loved and supported. And I want that for you. If you've grown up in a world where you haven't been supported and you haven't been cherished, come and join the Overcome Emotional Abuse program. If you sign up today, you can get it for the spring rate. And I want that for you. All right. You're welcome to message me if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer you. I'm sending you so much love and I'd love to have you with us. All right. Sending love.